Is Melania Trump being held hostage at Mar-a-Lago? Because over and over we have seen her roll her eyes behind Donald Trump's back, and now we barely see her at all. What is the deal with Melania? What does Gen Z think about Melania? Let's break this all down. So sometimes my instincts tell me to feel bad for Melania because she always seems in over her head and like this isn't what she signed up for, but we have to remember that she is just as much of a grifter as her husband. In 2021, she was paid $155,000 from a Republican super PAC to give a single speech. There's nothing Melania has to say that is worth $155,000. Trust me. And that is what stops me from feeling bad for Melania, because she must have known when she married Donald that he is a narcissistic toddler who throws fits and whines like a man baby whenever something does not go his way. We even saw a little bit of this from Melania when she freaked out over Christmas a few years back.
They say I'm complicit. I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough.
No.
Where I am, I'm working like my ass off.
I know.
Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but imagine 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children, that they were separated? Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
And remember, these are the same people who claim that Democrats are waging a war on Christmas when Melania sounds like an apathetic deadbeat father or deadbeat mother who is just too lazy to put up Christmas decorations. Listen to what she has to say about immigrants in the same phone call.
Yeah, they are not with parents. It's sad. But when they come here alone or with coyotes or illegally, you need to do something.
Right.
And a lot of like moms and kids, they are taught how to do it. They go over and they say like, oh, we will be killed by gang member. We will be it's so dangerous. Mm-hmm. So they allowed to stay here. Do you understand?
I do, and they're the ones that are the bad ones.
Yeah, and they are not, it's not true that they would, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Some of them, they're using that lines that, they're not professional, but they are taught by other people what to say.
And just compare Melania's absolute apathy to someone like Michelle Obama or to someone like Dr. Jill Biden, who are much more widely respected, especially among my generation. I could never hear Michelle Obama or Jill Biden saying something like this, or cussing about Christmas, or taking $150,000 to perform one single speech, because they're not grifters. They're actually normal people who care about America. And when I talk to people in my generation, they always give me this line, they wish Michelle Obama would run in place of Joe Biden. And I think that stems from a misunderstanding of the incumbency advantage and how politics works. Joe Biden dropping out would be very, very unprecedented, but it also shows that people respect Michelle Obama. She is very classy. She is an amazing person, and her and Melania shouldn't even be put in the same league. And do I even need to point out the hypocrisy of people like Melania Trump, people like Donald Trump, and all of their goons constantly railing against immigration when Melania immigrated here herself in 1996. I know so many immigrants that have contributed way more to this country than Melania has. Melania should know firsthand that immigrants are some of the hardest working people in America. They come here to have a better life, but I guess Melania is so pretentious and so bigoted that it's a classic case of just closing the door behind you after you make it. I will say this is one of the most relatable articles about Melania Trump. From Vanity Fair, they say Melania's take on Donald Trump's fourth indictment was basically sucks to be you, pal. And apparently people that know Melania said that her opinion on it was, this is a you problem, not a me problem. And this article actually provides some context that may explain why Melania has separated herself so much from the Trump campaign. So the article reads, in a new report that would almost have the potential to make one feel bad for Donald Trump, were Donald Trump not legitimately one of the worst people on earth, a social source connected to the former First Lady told People that this fourth indictment is another problem for her husband and not a problem for her. The person added that Melania wants nothing to do with any of it, preferring instead to lead her own life. And when sources say Melania leads her own life, they don't mean she has her own hobbies but still spends time with her husband, especially when he is at his most vulnerable. They mean that at a minimum, she keeps a river's length distance between herself and the guy she is married to. That explains a lot about Melania's absence within the Trump campaign over the past few months. I mean, even when Donald Trump was known as President-elect Donald Trump, there were just so many cringy, awkward moments between them. Remember when Trump tried to grab Melania's hand and she quickly pulled away? I think we are now seeing that at a larger and larger scale. She wants to pull away from the campaign as a whole. I think Melania is just trying to tread carefully because she doesn't know whether Trump will be in the White House the next year or in prison. I think the latter is much more likely, but she's just trying to keep her cards open, and I'm sure she will begrudgingly back him as the campaign goes on because it's kind of a necessity. But she didn't show up to have his back at any of the arraignments. She didn't show up to a lot of the fundraisers or a lot of the parties that he's been holding. She has been gone, nowhere to be seen. Watch friend of the show Ben Meiselas destroy Melania when it comes to her spreading lies about Obama's birth certificate, and then her subsequently copying Michelle Obama's speech word for word. Take a look.
And here's what Melania said about her immigration status at that time period. Play the clip.
The facts are that I always obey the law. I have all the documents. I have very clean past. I would never stay here on the as undocumented.
And remember, at the same time, Donald Trump and Melania were pushing all the birther conspiracies against former President Barack Obama, because it's always projection and confession. When they have the issues, they're the ones who then attack and spread the lies and conspiracy. Everything they've built is built on lies. Here's Melania. Play the clip.
What is this with the birth certificate obsession? Did he ask to see yours when you met him?
I needed to put mine anyway, because if you want to become an American citizen, you need to put the birth certificate.
Right.
I have a birth certificate from Slovenia. And do you want to see President Obama birth certificate or not?
I've seen it.
It's not the birth certificate.
Well, it's a certificate of live birth,
Right,
which they give. But Melania, if he insists on what he's saying, then no one in Hawaii can ever run for president because they all get the same live birth certificate.
Well, but they need to have...
Mockler is finished, for example.
They need to have, and in one way, it will be very easy if President Obama just show it. And because it's not only Donald who wants to see it, it's American people.
And you also remember when then in 2016, Melania plagiarized Michelle Obama's 2008 speech during Melania's 2016 RNC speech. Just literally stole Michelle Obama's 2008 Democratic Convention speech, word for word. Play this clip.
The values that you work hard for what you want in life.
For what you want in life.
That your word is your bond.
That you do what you say you're going to do.
Keep your promise.
That you treat people
with respect.
with dignity and respect, because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Absolutely shameless stuff. Melania Trump, Donald Trump, all of those goons deserve no respect. My name is Adam Mockler. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment a blue heart, subscribe, and make sure you have a great day.